Frederick Douglass writes a personal narrative of his experience from his childhood to adulthood. Throughout the book, he explicitly describes the events that slaves had to withstand.
In Chapter 2, Paragraph 3, ethos is found in the last sentence of page 8. Children from 7 to 10 years old of both sexes, almost naked, might be seen at all seasons of the year. This quote implies the ages and circumstances of young slave children. In Chapter 2, Paragraph 8, pathos can be located in the second sentence. Reverent with their wild songs, revealing at once the highest joy and deepest sadness. The meaning of this quote can be seen in the changes of emotion throughout the slave's joyful singing, although their songs were sad, which shows that they have hope. Logos is a difficult appeal to observe in this narrative due to the missing statements. Here too the slaves of all other farms received their monthly allowance of food and their yearly clothing. This quote is used to back up his evidence in his narrative.
In Chapter 2, a quote is provided. The field was a place to witness his cruelty and profanity. His presence made it both the field of blood and blasphemy. To support, Douglass constantly uses negative diction throughout the chapters. The word blood is the most used word to specially describe or add more tension to the text. The author provides syntax throughout the different paragraphs. It is composed with commas, semicolons, and periods. It is provided throughout this quote. Their yearly clothing consisted of 2 coarse linen shirts, 1 pair of linen trousers like the shirt, 1 jacket, 1 pair of trousers for winter made of coarse Negro clothes, 1 pair of stockings, and 1 pair of shoes, the whole of which could not have cost more than $7. Imagery is used in the following quote. I have seen him whip a woman, causing the blood to run half an hour at the time, and this, too, in the midst of her crying children pleading for her mother's release. This quote allows the reader to create an image of what the suffering children are being put to.
In this page, we also see a simile in the quote. The competitors for this office sought as diligently to please their overseers as the office seekers in the political parties seek to please and deceive the people, which is comparing the good in competitors to the evil of office seekers, which can also be considered a juxtaposition since it is compared two different ideas. In page 10, a metaphor is used in the quote. A representative could not be prouder of his election to a seat in the American Congress than a slave on one of the outforms will be of his election to do errands at the great house farm. What this means is that for a slave, the small task of having to do errands gave more pride than what a representative will get by working in the Congress.